Hello, so my name is Ellen and I'll be correcting this essay for you today. Let's take a look at what you have written. The topic is if it's better for students to work before the university studies. Why? Let's see what you said. The trend of students to take a gap year and work before college has been debated by numerous individuals nigh on a decade. Some might feel that being away from the school environment may not be a beneficial step to approach. However, I am of the opinion that toiling between high school and the university has various advantages. In the following paragraphs, I will explore the rationale from my viewpoint on the matter. Okay, so I see some things here that I really like. I saw a lot of nice grammar, and that's wonderful. I saw that you answered the topic clearly. You expressed your position, and so that's really important. So, in essence, you've done everything that an introduction is supposed to do. Okay, so that's great. However, there are a couple of areas in this introduction where I feel your vocabulary is not entirely precise. There's some vocabulary that's a little unnatural, it just doesn't really feel precise. And so that's kind of what I want to talk to you a little bit about here. So, this is a word that is not used in modern English. It's rather old-fashioned, I would say. That's not commonly used. So, you could say close to a decade. That would have been okay. And then this felt strange to me. It might not be a beneficial step to approach. You don't approach a beneficial step. So this really felt rather unnatural to me. You could have said some might feel that being away from the school environment might not be the proper step to take, might not be an appropriate step to take, but you don't approach a step again, okay? You take a step. And then I didn't like the word toiling. Again, it feels a little poetic and it doesn't quite work here. Okay? You could say, I'm of the opinion that working between high school and university, I am of the opinion that employment between high school and university has various advantages. So those would have been okay. All right? And then the rest of it is fine. So let's continue. The primary reason, as I see it, the primary reason as I see it, universities have been difficult places for individuals to adapt. Oh, okay. Grammar is a problem here. So here's what you needed. The primary reason, as I see it, why universities have been difficult places for individuals to adapt their unknown circumstances and changes is, etc., etc. So grammatically, what you've done here doesn't work. So let's try it a little differently. Get rid of the primary reason and then say, as I see it, universities have been difficult places for individuals to adapt. I don't understand this. To adapt to or to adapt the circumstances. So that's not really clear to me. Okay. As an illustration, working before entering this new environment might aid teenagers to develop their abilities, experiences, and their viewpoints on handling situations. For instance, okay, if a student must accomplish a group project with other pupils when they have been newly, wrong words here. If a student must accomplish a group project with other pupils when they have just started college, the ones who have worked before can engage more quickly than others who did not work before getting into university. In fact, my closest friend, April, had worked as a lifeguard in the USA for a year before she initiated college. She always mentions that this experience really assisted her to be more efficient in university, even in the first months. Okay. Fine. Let's say develop their abilities, experiences, and their viewpoints. And then you said group projects, it helps with that. And then April said she worked as a lifeguard and it really helped her. Okay. I can't really tell you in all honesty that I felt like all these sentences really linked to each other very closely. It's okay, but I'm not going to tell you that they flow together really, really beautifully. So in other words, let me just give you a rundown of what these sentences are talking about, okay? So, if you work before, you develop your abilities. And then, for example, in group projects, the kids who have worked before are more efficient. In fact, my friend worked before, and she said it really helped her. So it's all right. But I can't really tell you that this is a progression of ideas that flows really beautifully. Now, just so that there's no misunderstanding here, I'm not saying that there's something very wrong with this, but it just doesn't really feel like a very logical progression of ideas. So in other words, it's not band 5, but it's certainly not getting into those top 3 bands either in terms of the way you organize this. All right, so let's keep going and see what you said further down. Not only because of this reason, but also financial support. All right, you've got some grammar problems here. When you start, not only at the beginning of the sentence, you have to have inversion. But you don't have anything here. So not only is this reason important, but financial support is essential for college students also. So when not only begins a sentence, a very specific organization of your sentence must follow. And so this looks like you've tried a grammatically complex sentence, but it didn't quite work out for you. Let's continue. Indeed, you keep using toiling, but toiling really is not the word you want to use. Indeed, working before university without the can support a person economically, and they can save money for the expenditures they are going to have in the not varsity, wrong word, while a student. That's all. Okay, easy. Unsurprisingly, in a survey made in 2019 in Turkey, there were 50 students who began university right after they graduated high school and 50 others who worked before college. The results demonstrated that pupils who worked are more financially stable and less in debt with student loans than others who have no experience of working. Okay, fine. In conclusion, I maintain that working before going to university is advantageous for both experience and finance. In the future, I sincerely hope more pupils, this is a wrong word again, to endeavor this. A different word. I will attempt this. Far more natural, far more accurate. So I thought a lot of this was really good. I thought you had some good ideas, but I thought your vocabulary absolutely needed some work. You've got some expressions and some vocabulary that really just doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel precise. And so that is going to affect your score. Okay? As far as vocabulary is concerned. I also mentioned to you that I thought your paragraph had a little problem with the progression of ideas. And so that would have some sort of an impact on your coherence and cohesion score. I thought you did pretty well in terms of task achievement. So nothing there that was troublesome in any way. But the other areas that I already mentioned did need a little work. So let's see how we can continue to work together. I hope you found this feedback helpful. I'm happy to provide more. So let's see how we can get you on one of our programs and help you progress in IELTS. Okay, so thanks for sending this in and good luck.